On some cases, we saw that we're able to attach our resume in order to get a job on contract. So I'm going to touch on that topic a bit and guide you through what makes a good resume and what makes a redundant resume. So I'll be introducing you to some tools that can make this whole experience a lot easier. If your jobs are not found on contract, chances are that those companies are probably using some bots to filter out the good resumes and the bad ones. Now, these bots are usually placed before a hiring manager even sees your resume. So you want to make sure you have the right things in there in order for it to get past this first evaluation. So there's this platform called Consulting AI. It's fairly new, but they have a lot of stuff that you can use to build your career. So there is Resume AI, Cover Letter AI, and Network AI. There's also job trackers and other stuff, but these are the three that would be relevant to contract. So the first one is a resume. So over here, you can create a new resume or upload an old one just to tweak it up a bit. And essentially, it's going to take your old resume and change the wording, contract it into something that's easy to detect for the bots that I mentioned. So I'm just going to create a new resume, but you can just upload it if you already have one. So when you scroll over, first it has your information, which is from your user. We have education, degree, but over here is where I want to draw your attention. The AI comes into play when you want to put in your bullet points. So the way this resume is structured is that you have your company, your job title, and 1 to 3 bullet points where it specifically states how you made an impact. So instead of saying helped team design website, it's going to be talking about what were the results of that website of your input. Was it increase in sales by X%, X times more visitors, etc., etc. So if I just click on one of this, it's going to open this new place. And I'm just going to put my role here. Let's say I was a web designer and I just need to put it in one sentence. So I built an e-commerce website for a fashion company. All right, let's generate. And it brought me these bullet points. Now notice how what I put in was very general. It could be applied to anyone. But over here, it's bringing in numbers. So 40% increase in site visitors, 20% increase in online sales. These are the type of things that can set your resume apart. Now, you might be wondering where you get these numbers. You just need to do some calculations in order to get them. If it's about websites, there is the analytics that you can look at, compare the amount of visitors before you contributed and then with the number after you contributed. You can find the difference between those two numbers and just put that in your resume. Other industries have their own methods too, so there's always a way to get numbers that showcase your impact. So let's say these numbers are accurate. I could change them, of course, when I put them in. So let's add all 3, and you can see that I can edit them. So if it wasn't by 15, let's say it's 10, I could just change that. And with the free version, you have some restrictions down here. You can see these are the stuff that I can do. But essentially, that's how you fill in your resume. So with project experience, let me just close this real quick. You can do the same thing with project, leadership, and your own custom sections. So this is a great place to either upgrade your resume or build a new one. This company is always talking about how their resume design and AI bot is based off hundreds of case studies and they're very experienced in it. Alright, so this is how you can easily get a top-notch resume. Some factors to keep in mind if you have an old resume is that there are some things that you shouldn't put in there. Those are usually things like a big headshot, some information about your hobbies, the fact that you have a driver's license. I've seen people put these in their resumes. Not that they're completely irrelevant. They do talk about you, but for this particular case, the hiring manager just wants to see what you are capable of in a technical way. So if you are an accountant, how good are you at that job? That's what they want to see. So this resume right here is a great example. You can see that it just has the information about my experience, education, and down here there's some additional stuff, but there's nothing extra over here. Another thing that you want to make sure you have in your resume 100% is a LinkedIn link. It may seem kind of pointless, but through your LinkedIn, people can see how engaged and passionate you are about what you do. Do you have an active voice in the community? How often do you share stuff with other people? What are your accomplishments? Who do you follow? And what groups are you a part of? These things may seem irrelevant to the job title, but there has been a lot of studies that LinkedIn is one of the main things that people look for when they're hiring. Just go ahead and make one, put the link right here. Email is right over there. Then we have phone number and your job title. So go ahead and make your account in onsalting.com.ai and build yourself a resume. If you already have one, upload it and use this AI feature to generate points. Okay, let's go back. There are some other stuff that we're going to look at. The second one is cover letter AI. Now, with Contra, if you're applying on the platform, they don't ask for cover letters, but the external links might. So if you don't know how to write one, just come over here and create a new cover letter. So it's going to ask you to upload a resume. But if I did, it's going to automatically put in my resume experience into a written format. And I could just copy that and put it in my job application. There's also ChatGPT, of course, but this is another way that you can do it. If you want to use ChatGPT, a trick to do it is to get a resume. I just went over here to get a sample resume, and you basically copy your experience, basically your resume. Let's copy all of this and type in, turn the resume below into a 500-word cover letter for a interior design job. Put a colon, quote, paste, end quote. So this is the resume, and you can see that it's bringing in exactly the stuff that we pasted. So this was one of the experiences, integrated design solutions. There we go. That's like one of the first stuff that this resume had. And it made a full cover letter. Just copy this, put in the company name, address, your name, and you are good to go. You can also use this as well. The third thing, which is actually pretty cool, is called Network AI. So this is great for LinkedIn, where you want to meet your potential boss and network with the people that are in your industry. So let's choose one of the reasons. Let's say I want industry connections, my target role. Let's pretend we're the interior designer role, target company. Let's say I want to work at Tesla, current job. Let's just say I'm a designer. Now we're going to generate. It's going to basically give you a message where you can chat with other people, as this is going to be your connection request basically. So let's say this is what I want to do. You can also load more messages. You go to LinkedIn and it's going to bring up a bunch of interior designers at Tesla. So they're not exactly interior designers, but close enough. So I just have to copy this message, try to connect with these people, and get more connections basically. So it's a pretty cool thing. You can have a favorites bar if one message is working great, and it's automating everything. Just remember that you do have these restrictions, but again, you can use ChatGPT to help you out with these type of messages. So write a LinkedIn connection request for a developer at Amazon. See what happens. So there we go. I'm impressed by your work as a developer at Amazon. This is just my input. You would have to put their job title, especially in this project. This is really important. Eager to connect with you and all that stuff. So you would go in their LinkedIn, see what specific project they've worked with, put that in there and put in their full title. And you've got yourself a nice connection request message. You can also use those type of messages when you're on the Discover page. You're trying to connect with different freelancers. You put in their job title, so product designer and no-code developer. Put that in ChatGPT, use that when you want to get in touch. So you can use these for multiple purposes. The fact that it's all run by AI makes it a lot easier because coming up with the right message can be a tedious task. So now that we saw what ways we can use to get a decent resume, cover letter, and networking tactics, I want you guys to take some time and build those stuff yourself. If you have a resume, tweak it using Resume AI. If you don't have one, make one from scratch. Try to connect with at least 20 people on LinkedIn within that area that you're trying to freelance in. Either use the network AI for the request message or ChatGPT or just yourself and get those connections going, because you never know if your next client is going to be on LinkedIn or it's going to be on the Contra job page. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Now we're going to look at one last thing, and that is your online presence.